Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our Global TV Deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in a state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent, it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits, only temporarily, those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, we all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us. Corruption plunders the nation's wealth. Corrupt people compromise on truth, equity, and fairness, choosing instead to feed off the short-term benefits of crookedness, exploitation, and financial perversion. Corruption is not just a personal matter, it's a culture. It's a way of life, not just for individual people, but for companies, communities, governments, and nations. Corrupt nations, hiding behind large companies, will seek to invest in other weak nations in order to take over the assets of the nation that they've invested into. They will provide financial loans to a nation for the much-needed infrastructure, and they will do it with assets that they provide. They will sign contracts by lining the pockets of rotten government officials who participate in this kind of corruption and are then held hostage by their own deceit and greed. Corruption is nothing less than a form of theft and national robbery. A corrupt person steals from everyone in society.
Together, run, keep going on, less process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just as I and I as a watchman around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace while wrong is going on. Day or night. We gonna bust down Babylon walls. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down war and crime. Fight down. Me say Rastafari. War and crime. And do the of righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Rastafari, save all people. And we love Jah, we love Jah, Rastafari, we love Jah, Rastafari, preserve all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. Just as I and I say, watch a man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace while we penalize. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare the way, prepare the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and fight down war and fight. Rastafari, war and fight, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Rastafari, preserve all. And we love Jah, me love Jah, me love Jah, Rastafari, preserve all. Me love Jah, Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight, and then DJ Twink.
It is NewMedia versus the Prostitution Association of Jamaica. Good morning and welcome to the battle, where we hold the certificate for the death of mainstream media. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Thank you all for joining us. 2 days of absence. I'll tell you why. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and strolls, good morning and welcome. Call Bill Clinton, Andrew Charles, Babsy Grange, Andrew. The prostitutes of Jamaica, even Zara Burton, has been thrown now into the drunkard's basket of journalism in our country. Call the death of Nationwide. Call them all. Jamela Precious, not prostitute. Jamela or Janella Precious. Hey, wanna come over here this morning because we are going to discuss with you this morning the pillars, the key pillars of journalistic ethics and standards this morning, right here on Global TV. Welcome this morning to the battle between NewMedia and the Prostitute Association. Honor to everybody. Morning and welcome. I was absent for 2 days. Yes, Friday and Saturday, even though I know Saturday I normally take for myself sometime-ish. Laverne, good morning. Blessed Woman, good morning. George, Abinasar Cody, Lynette Jenkins, good morning. Debbie Jarvis, Stevie, Ladybug Wagwan. Good morning, everyone. Like and share the live, please. Isilda Williams, good morning. Because it's a have it out morning this morning. This morning is a have it out morning. Hickle to pickle this morning. Because we're going to pick up and chop up. My mother, good morning. Good morning. Morning, everybody. Oh, no. Well, Friday and yesterday, I was absent. I did a little run. Betty, good morning. I did a little day round trip to Birmingham. My two sisters, one of my sister's husband and myself, we went to look for our uncle, my mother's only surviving brother. He lives in Birmingham and he's getting ageable and so on. So we went down there to pay him a visit. So Friday, I couldn't come on because I had to do the cooking for the road trip. So Friday, I had to get things prepped. Cook Friday night, never done cook till after 1 in the morning. Then have about 2 hours sleep. Wake up till we hit the road for 6, 7 o'clock. So, and the weather was nasty in Birmingham. It was all over the place. Rainbow, sunshine, rain to the point where we had to, on the motorway, we had to drive like 20 miles per hour. The way it was pelting down yesterday, you literally couldn't see anything in front of you. So we had to cut down from 70 to 20 for quite a long distance. So it was a mad day, but the good thing about it, we get the chance to have a sit down with our mom's brother, because the last time we saw him was when we went to Aunt Rose's funeral last May. So, and then I also had the chance to see a friend briefly as well. And get me party them from Jamaica. So, we no call crowd, because we're out here for the battle this morning. We're here for the battle this morning. Call crowd, please. Like, when we say call crowd, it means if you like and share the live. Call crowd. We're going to discuss the death of journalism integrity in our country this morning. We're going to go back to Babsy and the Jamaica government and Bill Gates on the latest release of the Epstein file. We have questions to ask the state of Jamaica also in relation to the Epstein file. We have questions for Buckingham Palace this morning in relation to the Epstein file. And we have question for the mad president this morning, whose mouth continue to get him in trouble this morning. So much questions this morning. Will we get an answer? Your choice this morning, though, in the war between us, NewMedia, and the Prostitute Association of Jamaica, the VGs, the government ventriloquists, your choice is to decide what side of the fence are you on. You remember the Prime Minister said this.
See about me. Me not afraid of nobody. One, me will go with you toe to toe. Every nonsense you talk, I will respond to it. And as you would have seen with the government, man come out with foolishness, we respond, not go so. Yeah. So make them, and as many memes as they can make, I can make it too. So it's going to be war.
It's going to be war, he said. We will connect this also with the government ventriloquist this morning. So, like and share the live, please, because we're going to start by looking at. Call Zara Burton, call Zara Burton through this morning. Because we're not going to chase Zara, because I know we have respect to Zara around here. So we're not going to trace with Zara this morning. But we have questions to ask Miss Burton, because Miss Burton went to the press conference on Thursday and have found herself flung right into the drunkard's basket. So no call Zara Burton through with it. Miss Precious. Miss Precious So, yeah. uh, the three ladies in the middle. No, sir. Who know where to come from? Now, let's look at the key pillars. There are four main key pillars when it comes to um, journalistic ethics. We're going to look at the three pillars. This on a call the junker them, me say, call them because when them ready, journalists these days spend most of their time on air labalashing vloggers, so they call us disrespectfully. Labalashing us, tearing us down, denouncing us. Even when them come off a radio and TV and come in our internet territory, them come off of internet and come off of TV and come in a few with careless, unregulated territory. And then they have the audacity or the prostitutocity to pull us down, to demonize us, to denounce us in the shit pit and swelter of social media and internet, that if they don't dabbled into, they do not have an audience. But they spend more time in showing the world, why are you listening to these hurry come up, Johnny come lately, unregulated, don't know what they're talking about, hitchhiking and what we say, that I will discuss later. Call them this morning, because of them start the war. First pillar, truth and accuracy. The second pillar, independence and objectivity. The third pillar, minimizing harm. The fourth pillar, prostitutors, accountability and transparency. Now we're going to look at them individually. Truth and accuracy. Information must be verified before publication, and inaccuracy corrected promptly. Now, this morning, you must be aware that this program is in context to Thursday's press conference held by the People's National Party in relation to the national health crisis in our country and the governance, a tax fraud debacle management issue at University Hospital. And the questions asked in the press conference. This show this morning is in context to that. Now, in relation to truth and accuracy, can the journalists who call themselves journalists of Jamaica, or the Press Association of Jamaica, come out and have this argument with us that what we saw on Thursday was a representation of truth and accuracy, given the theme of Thursday's press conference? So we wanted to come out and tell us, oh no, we regularly get sued. Oh no, we regularly have to come out and withdraw your information, such as what TVJ was forced to do on Friday after Thursday. Jamaica presses from TVJ continuously harangued Mr. Golden in the press conference. Some of you all who are not of an independent mind are going to say this is a PNP rant. No, we're going to get to where it concerns all of us, Labour Right and PNP and Independent Jamaica. So we want the Press Association or Prostitute Association of Jamaica rather to come out here and have the truth and accuracy information with us after Thursday, after what we saw on Thursday and what came on Friday from Television Jamaica. Then the second pillar, independency and objectivity. Journalists must avoid conflict of interest, like taking bribes, gifts, owing tax, getting contract from government, and all of that, hosting parties for them, and all of that. Such as accepting gifts or engaging in outside activities that undermine impartiality. So you see, when the government invite uno handpick uno for the government press party, the government tip uno for kill a story, the government do favors for uno, so uno don't broadcast negative stories on the government give you contract to advertise even the time on your radio station. So all them same thing there. So we want the Press Association, the Prostitute of Association of Jamaica, to come out here and have the independency and objectivity argument with us. Show that to us in your reporting. Show that to us in how you covered the big stories in Jamaica. Show us where you have ever exposed corruption in our country in the last 10 years. Show us media organization where you have exposed, where you have digged up the carcass of these politicians. In a country where media have independency and media work objectively, a person like Kevin Blake with the DR title, given his operations and behavior since he assumed the position of Commissioner of Police, and even in this battle between himself and SSP Cameron, Kevin Blake antecedents would have been dug up from the deepest grave. All of Kevin Blake's skeleton would have been scattered all over from even to his latest ancestor. If we had independency and objectivity in reporting in our country, Zara Burton was quite close to that. How she got in the drunkard's basket on Thursday is quite alarming, I must admit. Heartbreaking, I must admit. So we want the Prostitute Association to come out and have this conversation with us, but not just have the conversation. We want you to illustrate to us based on your previous work. Hey, Jesus, this morning, stay calm. Based on your previous work, we want you to point to illustrate the independency and objectivity in your stories, in your reporting. Oh no. Now let's look at the third pillar. minimizing harm, showing compassion for victims of crime, children, and those in distress, respecting privacy unless public interest overrides it. Respecting privacy unless public interest overrides it. This is the part from minimizing harm I will zoom in on, because sometimes they kind of stick to the other few, like showing compassion for victim. You must always protect children, images and data. Um, show compassion for those in distress. They tend to, some of the time, though the observer will publish you raw images, but they'll warn you. They'll give you that warning. Those I don't have issue with. The part though, which they spun around, is the last bit. Respecting privacy unless public interest overrides it. Now, when it comes to our politician and public figure, there are a lot of public matters of public interest that these journalists use privacy to try and override public interest, such as what is coming out of the Auditor General report. They have failed as media organization, barring the Gleaner, who regularly reads and publishes the grimy details that the Gleaner think is important for the public to be aware of. Barring the Gleaner, nobody in so-called mainstream media is going through this Auditor General report, because of the Gleaner one from them official source, where them tell us that the all of we follow and believe and digest. The Gleaner is the only one reading the story and bringing certain information to the public. The rest of them are using privacy, Sharon Bernard, how you do, to cover over reporting on the issue. But if you go back to the third pillar in minimizing harm, when it comes to what they did, even myself, to Dennis Gordon, because from the first day me thought called Dennis Gordon name, so he's possible one of them. Turn out not to be so. But Nationwide ran a story. And I want to take the time to apologize to Mr. Gordon for getting his name involved, but as so it go. Nationwide ran a story that the rest of the official press corps picked up and made a mullah of the press conference on Thursday. Without want to report on Dr. Tufton, want to report on Carl Bruce, want to report on Ivor Crandon, want to report on the chief executive that was in charge at University Hospital by Chris Tufton after Chris Tufton dissolved the board at University Hospital. Nobody don't want to discuss them there. So them spin around the respecting privacy unless public interest overrides it. But everything we're going a university hospital, it's over. Anybody will claim privacy up there, from Minister of Health to any senior doctor, any senior managers, departmental or CEO, the public interest of the health and well-being of Jamaica people, the public interest of the running of our premier health institution overrides any privacy that anybody are called about. Then we look at the final pillar, where you all fall short of journalistic glory: accountability and transparency, admitting mistakes, explain ethical choices, and allowing for public complaint. Admitting mistakes. What's him call her? Television Jamaica came out Friday after they harangued Mark Golden on Thursday, after they hijacked. This is what was upsetting on Thursday, to see how media organization in our country hijack a press conference on behalf of the government. This doesn't sit well and shouldn't sit well in our country. When they come out to demonize people like we, nobody heard anything in the press conference, because what they spoke about, the questions that they advanced after, nothing of such was talked about in the press conference. Explaining ethical choices. I know they can't do that. They cannot explain ethical choices. You know why? They have been paid. They have been bought. They are sold. There's nothing ethical about media in our country. Nothing. Zilch. Nil point. Ketep. Nothing. Nothing. Allowing for public complaint. When we complain, them say because we are PNP. When we complain, them say because we are PNP. So, when you hear them come out and adjustle, Raymond, all you do, when you hear them come out, Suzette, and adjustle with his space, and a demonize with, we're going to go to Lady Penelope. We're going to go to Lady Penelope Wincarnis. When them go for demonize with, whoa, Lady Penelope.
But what kind of influence do
We're going to listen to Lady Penelope. Whoa, make Lady Penelope talk. Make Lady of the Night. The street bike. Is it closeted or drawsed? Because some of you know, you think to say because you in a drawer rather than closet. People don't open drawers as well. Just like how people open closet, they do open jars. Everybody knows, say, nationwide radio station is a fish pot. Or wanna call them fish trap. Everybody knows a nationwide is a fish trap for the government. And no secret. Every press conference, Lady Penelope, every press conference, the fish trap over Bradley Street or wherever they come from showed us that. Thursday, the fish trap organization, in the name of Lady Campbell, Hmm? If everybody ever listen when Lady Campbell comes to PNP press conference, Lady Campbell always goes on a delusion. Lady Campbell now come a press conference. You can ask any question you want to ask, any burning public question you want to ask in a press conference as a journalist, you can do that. But you must also ask questions of the issues, the current issue at hand. Now, Lady Campbell from over the fish trap, the Bradley Street fish trap, Bradley Avenue fish trap, she regularly have that delusional problem. Now, let's listen to Lady Penelope. Then we go to the journalists. We're going to call them what they love to be called, the journalists, one by one.
But what kind of influence do they still have? And this is the troubling part now. Because the politician has seen influence disappear, where their ability to direct their goons to commit serious crime is concerned. And now the power that the politician has and the influence is wielded through getting goons to destroy people's reputations on social media. That's where it has gone. That's where the power and influence of the politician is now.
Oh God, Debbie, you couldn't remind me. When you know me now function, you should have reminded me, Debs. Let's pick up our chief moderator this morning, everyone. Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Today a new year has begun. Today the old chapter is closed. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Today a new year has begun. Today the old chapter is closed. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. May God bless you now. May God bless you now. May God
certainly feel it 100%.
May God bless you now. Hip hip hip, hooray! Hip hip hip, hooray! Hip hip hip, hooray! Happy birthday to you. Hip hip hip, hooray! Yeah.
We want to take the time out to say a happy birthday to Debbie Jervis. Long life, prosperity, more blessings. Happy birthday, Debs, once again. I'm going to pin Phil's question because I want to go on a rant about that shortly. Let's go back to Lady Penelope.
Present. Because make no mistake about it. The people you see making all kinds of videos, the people you see posting all kinds of lies, not even nonsense, lies, daily, weekly, systematically, they are not doing it for free. They are being paid to do so. They are highly coordinated. And these groups exist across the big political divide. Make no mistake about it. They do. So these groups exist, funded, taken care of by some of our political representatives. And that is their new influence of power. So look at what happened with Dr. Horace Chang the other day. You know, I had a conversation with him and he was saying that he was doing well and so forth and everything. Lo and behold, days later, this nasty thing started spreading on the internet about Dr. Chang almost being at death's door. And the people who were doing it, you think they did that for free? You think they came up with the idea? And even if they did come up with the idea, who gave the idea legs? So what we're seeing now is those who want to keep the politics on a knife's edge, those who want to continuously seek to destabilize, they have now energized people to destroy you, not with a gun, but with a post on social media. And it's death by 1,000 cuts. Every day you get another cut. And because the social media spaces are so vitriolic and the lies are so steady and consistent and the attacks are so persistent, you are buffeted daily by the lies and misinformation. Some of us are afraid to even venture on social media and put our families out there. You know, it's only recently I said, boy, you know, me now make people me live my life under a cloud because, you know, I don't exist on social media.
A death by 1,000 cuts is really what hurts them. But if you were lying down while listening to this, it would be hard to convince you that you're not dreaming. Given that this, only this, is coming from a vlogging fraternity, the major vlogging fraternity of the government, a paid vlogging institution of the government, an institution, a vlogging fraternity given contract by the government, a fish trap organization who baits and incubates young fish for our Senate and office of our Prime Minister. Yes, this very radio station, this very vlogging fraternity, if you were lying down listening to Lady Penelope, you would swear say a dream. It would be hard, double hard for me convince you. I probably would have to throw a little cold water in your face and say, see there, on your sleep, you sleep. Them say it for true. You heard the attacks. Let's go now to TVJ. Let's go now to TVJ. Then we go to the journalists. Them one by one, they are going in the latrine. One by one, you're all going in the latrine because the national drunkerism, and this was an apology pertaining to Thursday.
This information was incorrect. Neither Mr. Gordon nor any company associated with him has been implicated in the procurement scandal. TVJ News regrets the error and apologizes to Mr. Gordon for the erroneous report. Is involving the PNP's Region 3 chairman and Member of Parliament for East Central St. Andrew, Dennis Gordon, in relation to a procurement scandal. This information was incorrect. Neither Mr. Gordon nor any company associated with him has been implicated in the procurement scandal. TVJ News regrets the error and apologizes to Mr. Gordon for the erroneous report.
Okay, TVJ said them apologize for the erroneous report. And all of these people that you saw in the or heard in the press conference on Thursday was tailing on a report put out by the Fish Trap organization, those three girls in the middle. Now, before we come to the three girls in the middle, we're going to deal with the two women in red and black, left and right. We first go to Miss Precious. Prove to us. And as we explained earlier in the key pillars of journalistic ethics and standards, prove to us, Miss Precious, that you weren't being paid by the government on Thursday before you came to the press conference in those derailing questions that centered focus on Dennis Gordon. That centered focus on Dennis Gordon, regardless of the series Dr. Dawes put out on the crisis at University Hospital. The information they gave in the press conference, Jamela Precious, prove to us, show us, Jamela Precious, where truth and accuracy involved in what you did on Thursday, where independency, Miss Precious, and accountability were in your line of questioning. Television Jamaica came out on Friday, sought to minimize harm you all would have done to Dennis Gordon. But even though, Miss Precious, the accountability and transparency part, even though the Gleaner, the Auditor General did not name the companies, and I explained to you why their name as Company 1, 2, and 3 rather than the real name of the companies. The Auditor General has referred them those for further investigation by those with whatever organization in the JCF is responsible to carry out further criminal investigation. Thereby, the Auditor General cannot name those companies who are under that probe. When JCF concludes their probe and their leveling charges or the end of their probe, then we will know who those companies really are. So we want Janela Precious to answer under the 4 pillar to explain to us, if you were not paid, Miss Precious, explain to us what happened to the core pillars of journalism ethics on Thursday. Because your organization, your vlogging fraternity, Miss Precious, came out on Friday, retract and apologize. No. Let's go to Miss Burton. Lord Jesus, Zara Burton. What was a shocking thing? Because it's not that you asked the question once, Miss Burton. You doubled down. And not only that, Miss Burton, all of what I've just explained to Miss Precious in journalism, ethics, and standard flew out the window for you. Someone, Miss Burton, who we depend on. Hmm? The other day, Miss, Tufton regularly go off on an attack on you. Remember when he tell you say it's none of your business? And when he come out, come tell you so you need psychological intervention. You remember those things? Now, I may sound a bit biased here, but I'm going to ask Miss Burton sort of another question than I've asked Miss Precious. Hmm? No, Jesus. What a morning this morning. And we not even reached Buckingham Palace yet. No, sir. I went me done this morning. I went Opal there. Hmm? When me done this morning. The question I have for Miss Burton: did Dr. Tufton or any of his goons or violent producers, Miss Burton, threaten you? Hmm? Miss Burton is one that does her work thorough. Miss Burton is one that does her work thorough. So to have crossed her I's and dot her T's. If you read Miss Burton articles, you would understand she's one that sought to do her work thorough. You also read Miss Burton's articles, you would see the investigative journalism in the way she do her work. Miss Burton also is not just a Jamaica quashi in journalism. Miss Burton, producer, we and take your time with with work with them cool. No, sir. It cool over here too, for a man in rain or fall, so it still almost look like a night or a sun a down. For a man in daylight, it still look like sun a go down. So it depressing everywhere. Miss Burton have international standards in journalism. The Writer Associated Press Association, Miss Burton works along with them as well. Many times you would hear her in press briefing. She would say whether she's there today for 18° North or she's there for Writers or Associated Press. So Miss Burton is one I personally hold in high standard in journalism. To see Miss Burton marched her way into the drunkard's basket on Thursday was quite depressing for me, I must admit, because Zara Burton was one who I expect to hone in on the critical questions of the issues unfolding in health and at university hospital. But me ain't shock Zara. But me now go ask you if them pay you. Me I go ask you who threatened you. I mean, no Tufton no like you, Zara. Me know Tufton always out upon it offensive when it comes to Zara Burton. And I want to ask Zara Burton, who threatened you? Did they threaten you? Did the threat come directly from Dr. Tufton? Or it comes from one of Dr. Tufton's shadow in the dark? It's depressing. And you know, then tie the and tongue halfway over TVJ, only when she up on her YouTube, she can really talk. You see, how long may I ask these people, these GVs, these government ventriloquists, you see, how long may I ask them to go do a YouTube channel? You see how fast Jackson Miller grow up on YouTube? You see how fast Dan Lemon grow on YouTube, leading to his arrest ordered by Donald Trump? Hmm? So for the three ladies in the middle, the three girl in the middle. The reason why we never really hear Zara question it was because Zara was on what you call it, Zoom, and the lousy shoddy PNP don't seem to get themselves together where they have a mic at the Zoom device, whatever device them I use, the Zoom pan, so we can hear the questions coming from Zoom, from the those who are on Zoom. It's the PNP technical fault in that why we don't hear that question. But given Mark Golden response twice to her, the question from Zara Burton could have only been in relation to Dennis Gordon. Everybody, Siobhan Campbell, the lady from the Fish Chop organization, Jamela Presses from TVJ, and Zara Burton from 18 Degree North. Was there anybody else that asked any question? But all questions was centered on linking the People's National Party. The issue I have here is not that the questions were asked of Dennis Gordon. Myself would have probably asked them if I were there. The issue I have is with the doubling down of the one set of question on the one person, given that 3 companies have been alleged to benefited from the tax exemption fraud at the university hospital. 2 were allegedly labor right aligned companies, and allegedly 1 were everybody there aligned to Dennis Gordon, which turned out not to be so. Rain still about out of door there, you know. Turned out not to be so. But everybody have assumed in focus on that one particular issue, setting Dr. Tufton off the hook, setting the running and the breakdown of healthcare off the hook. Nobody heard that. That was the breakdown. That was where every one of them in the room, including Zara Burton, exposed themselves, showed their hand plainly that they're government activists and not journalists. It was too plain to see. But the involvement of Zara Burton made it very, very sad and depressing. So to the junkers in the middle, we know dead meat on a speciality. If you low a junker or going out a road, when you see buses a divert on the street, something are going out a woe yonder there. All a junker need is a few hours to clean a dead body down to skeleton. That's what the fish truck organization called Nationwide Revo, Grievous, whatever it is that organization is. How dare you all come out here and attack us? A few information the people them trust. I feel with information the people them want to hear. You once upon a time all things. You big back black and white TV days galangin. You sign off at midnight galangin. Uno can't come up in the modern day. Uno not say them thing they done with. Lord Jesus, I was so glad at this man, and there's so much to go around this man, and you could have split it in two shows. One whole show upon the death them this morning, but we're gonna move on. We are going to move. We are going to move on. Now, let's dabble in the international affairs for some while. Philip asking me, did you agree with the Canadian Prime Minister's speech at the World Economic Forum? The admission of hypocrisy. You wanted to ask me and how Keir Starmer, the little poodle of the United Kingdom, crawling to China 3 weeks after branding China as Britain's enemy. Now, I played Mark Carney's speech on here sometime last week. But what Mark Carney basically said to us, Mark Carney, the Canadian Prime Minister, former governor of the Bank of England, what Mark Carney is really saying to us, we conjured up a thing called the international rule-based order, international law, whatever you want to call it. It was a fakery. It was a lie. We knew it was a lie, says Mark Carney. It benefit us white people on us Western countries. We went along with it. We never really called out America. We never really cared, said Mark Carney, about the abuse of the rest of the world by America, military, politically, economy, and everything else. Mark Carney says this fucker doesn't work anymore because we have a mad jackass that wanted to only work for America, and the rest of it have no more enjoyment in it. It has lifted our security, says Mark Carney. Done away with it. We don't have to follow this bullshit anymore. And we see the regular embarrassment of Donald Trump and his European allies, how he belittled them, how Europe has lost their NATO protection. NATO and America is on the verge of war over Greenland. I have no doubt in my mind that the little goons and poodles in Europe will slime their way down to Donald Trump's feet and surrender Greenland, because this is where they've put themselves. If the world was not prepared for the second coming of Donald Trump, Europe is not prepared for the second coming of Donald Trump. No academic in this world can explain the second coming of Donald Trump. It was just not prepared for, particularly Europe, because Europe was always of the view, no matter what America does under the international rule-based order, it will never affect us. We will always, says Europe, and this little bastardized mother called Britain, we will always benefit. Not so under the second coming of Donald Trump. All of those orders have been ripped up, flushed down the toilet. And if you're not prepared to join Donald Trump new United Nations, the Board of Peace, which you have to pay a fee for, don't know what Donald Trump will be doing with the money. So, and it goes down to even the American Constitution Nothing is the same under Donald Trump. Nobody was prepared for the second coming of Donald Trump. Not even Donald Trump himself, I don't think, was prepared for his second coming in relation to the Epstein file and the bibbing and dodging that he's doing, but the exposure is becoming closer. So you see, the Second Amendment, or the First Amendment in America under its Constitution means nothing. I told you here before, your Constitution is as sane as the leader you choose. Your Constitution is as safe as the leader you choose. Now you're seeing that a Constitution can only be protected by the people, not your leader. Your leader protects power. So, yes, I totally agree with Mark Carney exposing Western hypocrisy, pointing out to the world that a crime was committed against you that benefited us and we went along with it. Now the chickens are coming home to roost. It's going to get worse. May I tell you now, try get to understand geopolitics, local politics. Local politics, if you're studying in a local politics, you go get confused by a lot of things. A lot of things are going to miss you. A lot of things are going to miss you. The arrest of Don Lemon and other independent journalists shows us that constitutional law don't really matter if it no matter to your president. Donald Trump says it's not about international law. It's about how I feel. When Donald Trump promised to release the Epstein files, I don't think Donald Trump was aware that it was going to become so much for him. This, though, is where we turn to the palace this morning. The belly of the beast, which the dragon, the head, the dragon, the belly of the beast, America, the belly of the beast, Britain, the head of the dragon, America. Now you're understanding why late last year, Charles Mountbatten was hastily stripping Andrew Mountbatten of all his pompous and glory, title, property, and everything, because the FBI, the American justice system, would have nudged Prince Charles before the exposure. So now you understand why from October of last year, Prince Charles carried out a relentless attack on his brother, stripping him of everything. I want to ask Charles Mountbatten some questions, though. Could you say to us, the British public, the people of the Commonwealth, who you are king of some of us still, what do you know of the 12 million that was paid to Virginia Giuffre? How much did the taxpayer pick up from that? How much have your late mother, Elizabeth Knowles, put up for that money that you paid off? You all paid off to silence the Andrew lawsuit. Virginia is dead, is she not? Back to Britain, though, Prince Charles, or Charles Mountbatten. Given the exposures coming out of the Epstein files, and your brother hosted Epstein at the palace with his Wrangler Mirage, we're going further backwards, Charles Mountbatten. We're calling this morning, Charles, for the release of the entire Savile inquiry. Jimmy Savile, Britain's most prolific pedophile, was close to the royal family. A friend, Charles, of your mother, was he not? A friend and associate of yours, Charles Mountbatten, was he not? We're calling for the release. We're calling for the release of the Savile inquiry. You all waited until Jimmy Savile was dead at 80 odd years before you investigate, and we know a little bit. What we're calling for this morning, Charles Mountbatten, the tampon of Camilla, the horse, we're calling for the full release of the Savile inquiry this morning. Savile, who had keys for boys' home, keys for mortuary. And now that we know Jeffrey Epstein and your brother, Andrew Mountbatten, had shenanigans in the palace, tell us, what are the shenanigans held in the palace by Jimmy Savile? When your mother was alive, how much of those parties, Prince Charles, was hosted in the palace by your mother, yourself, and Jimmy Savile? So stripping Andrew Charles Mountbatten, you ought to dig your dead mother up and strip her of everything as well. Your mother, yourself, Charles Mountbatten, which you should dissolve the monarchy and give us back our wealth, property, and money, all from Africa that has been buried in the Tower of London and Buckingham Palace. Charles Mountbatten. We're not calling for no reparation, we're calling back for our legacy them. We're calling for a dissolution of the monarchy this morning. The monarchy in this country is no better than what's coming out on Jimmy Savile. You can kill me if you don't want. So don't come out here, Prince Charles. Come go on like Andrew Mountbatten is any more of a demon than Charles Mountbatten. Oh, Tada. Back to Jamaica. Bill Clinton. Let's go to Daryl Bell. Carl Babsy. I want to ask one of the richest men in Jamaica, Ambassador Adam Stewart, are you a pedophile? Have you ever been taken to the Epstein Island in the Caribbean with Bill Clinton, Mr. Stewart? Mr. Stewart from the Private Sector Organization of Jamaica, the son of the Stewart, one of the 21 family members that runs Jamaica. Are you a pedophile, Mr. Stewart? Have you ever been taken to the Epstein Island? Bill Clinton's ascension to Jamaica in the aftermath of Melissa ought to be explained. Bill Clinton, who don't want to go to the Senate to answer questions in his wrangles and shenanigans and possible crimes against children with Jeffrey Epstein. We need answers to the question as to what was discussed when Bill Clinton came to our country, hosted by Babsy Grange and Adam Stewart. Did you all have to provide Adam Stewart, Bill Clinton, any children to fingle and fondle with? Given the exposure, it's a question that I think is relevant. Let's go to dear old Bill. Dear Bill, Hillary's rapist, pedophile husband, Bill, that was just recently in Jamaica.
Did not show up, and I think it's important to note that this subpoena was voted on in a bipartisan manner by this committee. This wasn't something that I just issued as chairman of the committee. This was voted on by the entire committee in a unanimous vote of the House Oversight Committee to subpoena former President Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary.
We're asking Bill Clinton to turn up to the Senate to answer to Congress to answer questions on his prolific behavior with Jeffrey Epstein. We're calling on Keir Starmer to sign the extradition order and send Andrew Mountbatten to the FBI.
Hillary Clinton. Now, Hillary Clinton's supposed to show up tomorrow. We'll see what happens there. But with respect to the former president, he did not show up today. One reason I think most Americans want President Clinton to answer some questions is because he visited the White House. Jeffrey Epstein.
When we come out, when Bill Clinton come to Jamaica with you, I may come out and I attack Bill Clinton. Adam Stewart blocked me from accessing Observer on Facebook because of where the picture where me clip with him and Babsy and the pedophile rapist President Bill Clinton and the labor right them take me on past Facebook. Labor right on a love hug up with pedophile and murderer and thief. So labor right don't answer that question this morning. On a love hug up with rapist, murderer, pedophile and thief. So what do you know? Labor rights, you know, on a love rub up with murderers and thief and pedophiles. So because the whole on run come after me when me attack Bill Clinton when Bill Clinton come to Jamaica, you know. The whole on run out for me. Adam Stewart block me from accessing Observer. Uno take down the demonetization on my Facebook page. Uno know say me come up with one Facebook page again. War Room. Pussy all. Uno beg on a pardon there. Turn a little boy there. Pussy all. Uno know say me catch you now. Uno me catch you now. War Room monetize within few days of Uno take down the monetization on my original Facebook profile. War Room monetize. Uno think Uno win the war? So the silence will not try to silence we out here it now happen. So one remember when Andrew did declare war upon we, the journalists them, the government ventriloquist them is a part of the war because we see how they were paid to come at the press conference, come derail everything we Mark Golden and Dr. Dawes spoke about. We could finish and go back to Bill and Jamaica. Because why Bill Clinton had dodged Congress? Bill, you answered question on the Jonita Bradwick issue, the Paula Jones issue leading to your impeachment bill. Go and answer these motherfucking questions because we want them to lead to your imprisonment, Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton and the Clinton Foundation, we want to know what happened to the children in Haiti. We're not able to care about the money right now where you're your pedophile. We don't know what kind of wife she is. We don't even care about the money anymore. We want to know about the children where you're your rapist wife. Your wife will walk with a dildo under her. Bill Clinton. We want to know what happened to the children in Haiti. Jamaica, Bill Clinton, no fi come back our country. Jamaica, Andrew Holness and Babsy Grange, you harlot. You zinc fence timber pot whore, Babsy Grange. You should have shamed this morning. Babsy Grange, where get thrown up on zinc fence in a ghetto by young boys. You should have shamed this morning, you harlot. You woman at the well, you thirsty soul, Babsy Grange. Don't make me go pan a meltdown pan you this morning, you registered season whore. Labor right, come for me. And upstanding Jamaican woman, come for me this morning like Babsy Grange, the harlot and whore in our country. How much time when you see Babsy Grange rent car and buy a gun, get gunman and police shoot them down or whoever shoot them down in there? Don't make me start paying this morning, woman. Don't. Babsy Grange have question to answer. We want to know if Bill Clinton.
This is what else.
We want to know if Bill Clinton get near to any children when Bill Clinton come to Jamaica with you. We want to know from Babsy if Bill Clinton had the chance to be amongst any minors when Bill Clinton came to Jamaica with you. I mean, I beg somebody, ask somebody in a Congress when them jaw Bill Clinton in front of Congress to ask Bill Clinton, when you went to Jamaica, did Babsy give any picnic for touch? Did Adam Stewart give Bill Clinton any children for touch in our country?
17 times while Bill Clinton was president. I've been in Congress 9 years. I think I've been to the White House 9 times in 9 years. Epstein was in the White House double the amount of time that I was under one president. And then we know that Bill Clinton flew on Epstein's plane somewhere around 27 times after the presidency. So no one's accusing Bill Clinton of any wrongdoing. We just have questions. And that's why the Democrats voted along with Republicans to subpoena Bill Clinton. Not a single Democrat showed up today. Not a single Democrat. The ones that have press conferences on the Capitol steps and talk about how they're trying to get justice for the victims and all that. It just seems like they only care about questioning Republicans. And we've had a former Trump cabinet secretary, Acosta, in for a grilling. We had Bill Barr, former attorney general, in for a grilling. But for whatever reason, President Clinton didn't show up, and the Democrats on the committee don't seem to have a problem.
Activists and the media work hard to create and victimize and moving criminals, gang members. The first picture was the individual who decided to.
No, that more to talk about this morning. Never mind him. But Jamaica people, be telling us if we keep abreast with what is going on. We're not going to make the world pass on by, you know. Because that's why when we call Bill Clinton the other day, nobody, if you follow Bill Clinton history, don't have to wait upon the release of Epstein file to know Bill Clinton is a rapist and a pedophile. You understand? Nobody. So when them take up a pedophile and come in our country, if they come have anything to do with Melissa, I'm telling you about these predators and disaster zone. And Babsy Grange, Adam Stewart, Andrew Holness, pick up pedophile Bill Clinton coming in our country. Hand over Jamaica to pedophile President Donald Trump, where the Americans are run with country now. Jamaica don't understand the fuckery winner. But Jamaica politician, uno think uno de far. Anything uno inner. The children them wanna supply to the ring. The organs, Jamaicans, that uno supply. Uno think uno not go get exposed. Remember the Americans them tell we say Jamaica police in a organ trafficking, in a human trafficking and organ harvesting, and we make it up. Are the American them tell we so? Are the American them tell we say we politician them in a gun running and scamming? Uno think so uno not go get exposed to? Uno think say any involvement uno have in Pan Epstein Island, anything uno supply to the Epstein Island, now go come out? The whole of them must say walk and wear pampas right here now because Congress really a fool. Even though Donald Trump, no, Justice Department still have millions of files left to be released. The high and mighty is being pulled down. The high and mighty is being disgraced in front of us. The high and mighty, the criminality of the high and mighty against us, against children, is being exposed in front of us. Colleen, all you do. America has fallen. If one of the follow geopolitics, or if one of the try catch up all this time, I tell you no, nothing would on a fright. No. No, come to Britain again. And back to Davos. And back to Donald Trump, trade war, and political ostracization of Britain, of America allies. Now, just about 3 weeks or so before Davos, Keir Starmer, you know, that one sitting on Lord Ollie's penis, Keir Starmer branded China as enemy to Britain. The same Keir Starmer, British Prime Minister, is on his knees to Xi Jinping at the moment, the Chinese premier. They're all begging for mercy from China. Canada, France, Britain, the rest of the European Union, they are all begging for mercy. Mainstream media will not write about it. Mainstream media will not broadcast it to you. Mainstream media will not analyze it for you. The West is falling economically, politically. The giant China is on the stage. Their giant China control the stage. America and its big mouth. Nobody was prepared for the second coming of Donald Trump. The second coming, though, of Donald Trump is uniting this world faster than Britain and America and Europe divided this world in order to impose their world order on us. This world order is imploding within. Marcus Garvey says, unite or perish. We're not even done the war when we come out here for this morning, but we'll leave some for another day because, the war between we and the journalists just gone over. Government then check a list. The war between we and not done yet. Because Andrew Holness declared the war. We see the Prime Minister dig deep in a pocket and say no, go derail a press conference about a health crisis in our country. A nationwide plant a story. The government piano to ask question about a story that the government pay nationwide for plant. And one want to come tell we say we are goons, Uno want come tell us that we're unregulated. Uno want come tell us that we're government propagandists. Like seriously. Uno think say the warrior now go into eternity. Uno have to back down first before it done. And that me I tell on this morning. So anybody know them, walk and tell them, say, Global TV say, bit out, uno back down. This your war, yeah? Where Andrew Holness declare, where we join people like me, join willingly. Coming now we hear Andrew Holness fling my direction before me take up stone and start show. The second coming of Donald Trump will bring this world into disrepute you have never seen before. Good morning and good afternoon.
The latest release of Epstein files, and do you think your critics will be satisfied with?
Well, they should be, because it looked like this guy Wolf, who's a writer, was conspiring with Epstein to do harm to me. And I didn't see it myself, but I was told by some very important people that not only does it absolve me, it's the opposite of what people were hoping, you know, the radical left, that Wolf was a third-rate writer, was conspiring with Jeffrey Epstein to hurt me, politically or otherwise, and that came through loud and clear. So we'll probably sue Wolf on that. And maybe the Epstein estate, I guess. I don't know, but we're going to certainly sue them.
You want to sue the Epstein estate?
Well, you may, I guess so, because he was conspiring with Wolf to do harm to me politically. That's not a friend.
On your plan for Venezuela oil, sir?
You okay down there? You okay? I don't want to...
Look at America.
Too long in our little ghetto. Run, keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So just a fly and I as a watchman around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon walls. Prepare every the way. Prepare every the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down, war and cry. Fight down, me say Rastafari, war and cry, and do that righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Rastafari, serve all people. And we love Jah, we love Jah, Rastafari, we love Jah, Rastafari, preserve all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. So just as I and I as a watchman, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace while we penalize. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare every the way. Prepare every the way for Rastafari. Fight down, war and cry. Fight down, war and cry. Rastafari, war and cry. And build up righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Rastafari. Preserve all. And we love Jah. Me love Jah. Me love Jah. Rastafari. Preserve all. Me love Jah. Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight. And then DJ
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.